All right, welcome back to IPL-4 at Las Vegas Cosmopolitan Hotel. Thank you everyone for joining us here this evening. You guys have been awesome all day long. We truly appreciate it, and you know, me and Apollo love nothing more than to sit back and nerd out with a bunch of fellow StarCraft fans.
Indeed, and we are almost ready for game number 2 here. The map is going to be Daybreak. Bomber going ahead and choosing this map. Whether we'll see aggression this time around, is he going to sit back and just kind of take it? Definitely has to involve scouting, man. That's one thing that was clearly missing from his play in that game, and you can't play a strategy game without knowing what your opponent's doing.
Very true. I mean, he was just relying 100% on imperfect information, and really, you know, all he could really do is hypothesize as to what Squirtle was up to, and you're absolutely right. He had no idea. He was completely caught off guard. So hopefully this time around we'll see some more scouting from Bomber, maybe sacrifice those extra minerals here and there for a few scans to get some important information. I think it's absolutely worth it if you find the tech pattern or perhaps extra gateways, double forge, something of that nature.
I mean, it would be a really big shame. D-Pain Apollo user, some, I guess, mixing our names together there. I don't know which one's better. Which one you prefer?
I don't know.
I think D-Pain sounds pretty good, man.
P Apollo?
What?
The P Apollo? No, not feeling it.
No?
It's the best I could do.
All right, man. I don't know about that. That's not so good.
All right, well, going into game 2 here, what do you think we are going to see from our Protoss player, Squirtle?
I don't know. I think he's going to be playing exactly the same. The thing is, what was the biggest difference between these two players is that Squirtle, yeah, sure, he had a plan in his mind, but he was also scouting consistently. You know, he was checking the front. Has he expanded? He even got the probe in there, saw the expansion come down, and started to piece things together with the observer as well. Even had an observer checking the factory timing, checking the engineering bay timing, and we just had complete wraps on the game. So if he continues to play like that again, then he can easily, you know, clean up this series. But Bomber, he just go out in flames, man. 0-2 to Stefano, then 0-2 to Squirtle. That would be so bad.
I found our casting name.
Uh-oh.
2 analysis casters must be better than 1.
Oh, man. All right, let's start the game.
I'll be here all day.
Let's start the game, Pain user.
All right, now, I don't think we're going to see the same triple Colossus push out of Squirtle here.
No, he's not going to do the same thing again. I mean, he can go back to his go-to build, something he's more comfortable with, especially knowing that Bomber isn't going to be playing exactly how Squirtle usually plays. He's not going to be playing towards that style. Bomber now, as we've just pieced together, is going to be the one scouting more, is going to be the one checking, not losing. This is a very important game for Bomber. 1 loss, and he's out of this tournament.
Indeed, and a very interesting map choice for Bomber as well, because you know, Metropolis and Daybreak, both maps with a very large distance between the two opponents' bases. And like you said, I mean, on the previous map, he kind of just sat back, macroed up, didn't really have any information. And, you know, that's kind of the play style that we tend to see players use on this map as well. So maybe not playing into his playstyle the best.
Yeah, I think the best kind of style for Daybreak from Bomber's perspective here, of course, Bomber is the guy behind. Bomber's the guy that needs to change something here. Would be for a very simple, it can be command center first, it can be 1 barracks expand, either one is fine. I'd be very, very surprised if you try to take gas and try and take a big gamble in terms of aggression. But following that simple expansion, I think the best way to go for it is just that regular double medivac push out, and then instead of expanding, maybe, you know, adding on more barracks and just putting the heat on. Everybody knows that plays this matchup. Everybody knows that watches this matchup. Protoss are weak in the early to mid stage of the game, and that's something the Bomber has to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we do see a lot of high-level Terrans choosing to get out a smaller bio squad, but opting for those earlier medevacs, because the medevacs just give you so much potential, and we do have a gas here from Bomber.
Really, really surprised by this decision here. I mean, I mean, Bomber's such a fantastic player. If he just plays, you know, a straight-up game, I feel that he could win this series and turn it around. But taking a gamble here, of course, this does open up a lot of different options for him. Once again, he is going to block his natural, so I mean, block his main, sorry, with the supply depots. But we do see a Nexus first by Squirtle. On the other hand, with this refinery, of course, he can go for that 1-1-1. He can go for Cloak Banshees. He can also throw down a second or even third barracks for a multitude of aggression.
If he was going to go for Cloaked Banshees, I think he would have grabbed the second gas. So I have to assume that he's going to do some sort of a Hellion opener here, or perhaps just get out one Banshee without Cloak, just to get map dominance, maybe poke in, pick off a few probes, and then head back out. Or we could see a 1-1-1 with an added barracks or two, and it looks like he is going to go ahead and grab a reactor on that barracks, and we'll just have to see what he does with his first 100 gas.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really key thing here. If he just throws down the factory, this could actually work out really well for him. The probe does try to get information, sees there's no command center on the ground. Usually that would be a fantastic tell here, but the way Bomber played in the last game, the way he plays the majority of the time is that he hides it inside the main. What is this SCV going to do? Is he going to throw down a factory? Yes, it is. So we are going to be having these Hellions come out, and well, 2x2 Hellions, man, they can run around. There's not enough damage output from Squirtle to take them down, and that probe line could be in a lot of trouble. But oh my god, did that seriously? Wait a minute.
They can't.
Oh no, the probe! It scouted the barracks, the reactor, the factory. He knows everything now. And Squirtle, once again, scouting intelligence, gets the upper hand here and immediately throws down those, that additional barracks there.
Was unable to pick off that probe before the damage was done. Now, the Hellions here are going to be great for establishing some map control. He's going to be able to hold those Zelnaga towers, potentially use them to harass the natural if he can get in there and pick off a few probes. It's definitely a possibility. It really just depends on how many sentries he has available to force field those Hellions and keep them out of there.
Do you think it's worth getting sentries though in such a wide open natural area? We already see a pylon being kind of constructed to extend the ramp here, so it makes it harder.
Exactly.
But does he want to go sentries here to try to wall them out, or does he just want the brute force of stalkers to try to keep them away?
I think the sentries are a very good way to go if they're complemented with you putting buildings at your choke to tighten that up a little bit. And I think that's maybe what we're going to see him do here. If he drops a few more buildings there, and he does have one sentry out right now, but he's opting to get a few more stalkers here. So maybe just going to use those stalkers for the extra DPS to ward off those Hellions.
And we actually see SCVs coming now along with this. A pylon has been put down. That can be for Zealous to come in, potentially go straight into middle line. It can also be to open up the counterattack.
My goodness. We do have Squirtle scouting once again at the front door. He sees a few SCVs making their way over, and Bomber going with a hyper-aggressive strategy right now. He is essential. Well, he's not quite all in yet, but this is a very, very aggressive early game strategy, and I'm not sure just quite yet the purpose of the SCVs, maybe for some offensive bunkers, potentially to repair the Hellions as well.
Oh, he's gonna have to pull probes to deal with this. If he can get rid of the Hellions, he cannot let that bunker go down. Bomber is going for it. There's no expansion behind it. He's very much so going for this one. Can he do it? The probes come in here, Tyler, and oh my gosh, this is so tense. The SCV's just buffering and annoying the Stalker AI here.
I don't know, Apollo. Do you think he has enough? The SCVs aren't repairing right now. They're actually just on hold position here. The bunker is about to go up if he can get those Marines and the Marauders in the bunker and start to repair with those SCVs. The Marauder goes down. What a beautiful snipe from Squirtle. That was absolutely essential.
And that's so good. We do have warp gate finish now, so we can start to warp in from these two additional gateways. The bunker is not in range of the Nexus, I don't think, here, which is awesome because I don't think he even cares about these plans going down. Cannot lose a Stalker, though. Two additional gateways coming down. This is a very tense moment here.
We'll have to see. The Marauder in the bunker might be able to hit the Nexus. We'll just have to see once that pylon goes down. If the Marauder continues to fire at the Nexus, Squirtle could be in trouble. And no, I believe it's just out of distance by maybe 1 hex. There goes that third pylon. And you're absolutely right, Apollo. I think those pylons... Oh, and the Nexus is in range. But so he can take it out.
The Stalkers are so careful. The Marauders, man, and with the Hellion back up, there is an expansion behind this, though. Can Squirtle hold this?
Apollo, talk about perfect bunker positioning. It is absolutely perfect right now.
Oh, man, the probes. Bomber unlocks the mineral line here, and these Stalkers are under so much pressure here. 4 gateways have completed. but does he have enough to ward this back? There's no way he can kill a bunker with 2 Marauders in it with just Stalkers.
And let's talk about a unique strategy that we're seeing here from Bomber. I mean, it all revolved around placing this bunker, and now look at him microing. The Zealots are coming down for Squirtle. He's trying to swarm on the bunker, but 3 SCVs are repairing. He's not picking off the SCVs. He's
3 more Zealots, he could kill the bunker. If he warps in additional units here, he can kill this and push this back.
Oh, and it looks like Squirtle's gonna make a hold here. Bomber's getting pushed back. The bunker goes down.
And guys, wow, that was so incredibly tense, and he managed to hold on. Remember about the aggressive pylon we talked about? Yeah, it's still there. 2 Stalkers are going there. 2 Stalkers have been warped in. The units are now walking across. Oh my god, 2 Hellions, though, are going to make the way to the mineral line. All the units have moved away. He could do so much damage here.
Talk about bad timing. He just moved out with the majority of his forces. He's trying to launch a counterattack here. There are Hellions taking out probes as naturally as a single Stalker there, but Squirtle, in the meantime, is launching an offensive here. I don't know if Bomber has enough to hold on here. The bunkers aren't up in time. The Stalkers made it there faster than he could get them up.
Oh, the Marauder goes down. He can't get to the bunker. The next Marauder will be targeted down immediately. And oh my god, Squirtle turns this around from what it looked like a clean win. And he takes the 2-0 victory here, main user. Squirtle, oh my god, goes and advances through. Unfortunately for Bomber, is now out, but Squirtle comes through the open bracket, goes 3-1 in his group, loses his first game, of course, in the Championship Sunday here, but manages to pull the team victory. And wow, congratulations to Squirtle.
Absolutely, and what we saw there from Squirtle was just so impressive. I mean, Bomber threw this very awkward strategy at him, trying to get that bunker up at the Nexus, and then Squirtle remaining patient, building up his Stalker count, getting enough Zealots to just go in there and eventually take it out. Just beautiful plays from him.
Oh, such a tense match there between those 2 guys. Just a bit of an update on some other results while we're here, as MMA did manage to beat Port 2-1 and advances through another round in the lower bracket. And of course, we'll have more of these matches coming to you very shortly. That's me done on the main stage for now. Do you know who you're casting with next?
I believe I'm done on the main stage.
Oh, you're done too? So completely double set and you guys up here. So thank you very much, guys, for being an amazing crowd here for us up on the main stage.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you guys later on. So thank you very much. We'll go to a very quick commercial break.